That's a huge box. Love the way it looks. Hello guys, good morning. We received a phone call from the post office. There is a package been received in my name. Once we reach the post office, we will have an idea what we have received. This is the first time I'm trying to record something in the car. So difficult to place the camera. I have no idea where to put the camera. I just did some jugaad thing and the camera somewhere. Since it's a 360 camera, I think I'll be able to frame it later. We have reached the post office. Okay, let's go. Okay, and that was a long heavy walk, man. I should start working out more. Oh, you collected the box. Let's go home and see what we got. That's a huge box. I hope you guys are ready to see what's inside the box. You might have guessed it already. So it is monster fairings. So we have received another set of fairings for the mighty BMW S1000RR from Monster Fairings. Let's open it and let's get the fairing installed on the bike. Monster Fairings has always impressed me with their way of packaging. Everything is so secure, so much protection. They have heat shields for the inside of the fairing, and these are every single plastic fairing part you need for the motorcycle. Let's not waste any more time and let's start installing these fairings on the bike. I'm so excited. I cannot tell you how excited I am. First, let's start with the tail section because this is the most easiest of all. First, let's remove the seat cowl. Next, we have to remove these two side pieces. In order to remove this piece, you have to undo the stock screw on both sides. Pull it out, push it backwards. Be careful with this small, I don't know if you can see it, there is a small projection, a small clip. If you are not careful, you will end up breaking this. Now let's do it on the other side also. Okay, we have cleared the tail section. So before installing the new parts, let's just clean it. The thing is filthy, man. Let's open the tail pieces and see how it is. I'm having a look at the fairing for the first time. I wanted a specific color. Monster Fairing is the only brand which said they can do it. Oh shit, I almost dropped it. It's a bright Miami blue. The fit and finish is really good. The color is exactly what I wanted it to be. Let's start installing it. First, make sure put the pin in first, the small clip-like thing, and then you can align everything else. Everything will just snap into place, and you can put the screw. Clip goes in first. Everything just stays in place. I'm already starting to like the way it looks. Okay, let's get going to the next part. Now let's get to the front of the motorcycle. First thing, let's remove the visor. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 screws. Once you remove the 4 screws, the visor can be just popped out. Don't forget the rubber bushing. So remove this part, pull the tab out, pull forward. It's just held by 2 push pins. These 2, which goes inside this. So you just pull it and slide it down. This thing comes off. Undo the connectors for the turn signals. In order to remove the mirror, you have to undo these 2 bolts. Once you undo these 2 bolts, the mirror just comes off. Once you have unscrewed the mirror, just have to guide the indicator wire through the fairing, and you have the mirror. Let's do the same thing on the other side. So once you have unscrewed it, guide the wire through the fairing and you have the mirror. In order to remove these 2 pieces, you have bolts on both sides. Remove that. Pull the tabs underneath and the fairing just comes off. Pull the tabs and this just pops off. Let's remove this piece. You remove these 2 screws. Now you have to gently remove this tab and pull this out of this rubber beading. Let's do the same thing on the next side, and this thing slides off. Let's go ahead and give this a thorough cleaning before we proceed to put on the new fairings. Remember, do not lose these. You will need these bushes and these clips for your aftermarket fairing. You need to remove this and install these on the new ones. Push this in and make sure these 3 locks in place, and do the same for the next side. Okay, now let's tighten them up. That's done. Now let's put the front fairing. Align this to this and then push all these in. You have one here. Okay, so that's one side and that's the next side. Now let's secure this using these 2 screws. Let's install the mirrors first and connect the indicators, and then we can put the cover to that. Let's put on the cover. Okay, that's it. Let's remove the front fender. It's held by 4 bolts, 2 on this side and 2 on that side. Let me remove the screws on the next side. Once all 4 screws are removed, you can just slide the front fender off. So let's install the front fender. It in slowly, try not to scratch anything. Now let's tighten all the screws. Normally I do all my DIY installation, everything over here on the outside, but as you can see, it's raining out here today. That's why we are doing it inside the garage, and it's so hot. I don't have any air conditioning or even a fan inside the garage, and I'm sweating like anything. So let's get this done as fast as possible. Let's start with the lowermost piece of fairing. So it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws on the side and 1 at the bottom. So this screw here is a T30. There is a plastic washer here to not lose it. Okay, 4 screws from the side. I completely forgot about these 2 screws here. Let's go ahead and remove that 1 screw at the bottom. Now this lower part of fairing should just pop right off. So I have replaced these 2 screw tabs from the older fairing. Let's get this installed. As you can see, I have just slightly secured this so that it stays in place. I haven't bolted everything up because there are bolts which holds this and this fairing together. So once I change this part and this part, then I'll bolt up everything together.
Hello guys, so today is the second day of installing the fairings. The previous day I got really exhausted working inside the garage. It was so hot and stuffy. So today the weather's good, so we have taken the bike out of the garage, and let's continue installing the rest of the fairings. Let's remove this lower plastic on the right side.
Okay, let's install this new lower fairing. Now let's remove this and this part of the fairing. For that, you have to remove 1 screw here and 1 screw on the inside.
As you can see, there's 1 more screw on the inside just behind the BMW logo. So we have to remove that too to is the fairing.
Once you remove that screw, the fairing will just pop out. To remove this, all you have to do is pull it out firmly. Don't lose these clips. You need to put them back in the newer fairing. Now all you have to do is push and lock the new piece in place. So to install this fairing, to make things easier, I just secured this 1 bolt which has the most difficult access. So once that is installed, the fairing will stay in place. We can manipulate and install every clips. So we have 1, 2, 3 clips here. Goes into these tabs exactly. Now let's secure this fairing into place. We have successfully completed 80% of one side. We still have this and this for this side and the tank cover, and we still have this entire left side of the bike. Since this side is done, let me repeat the same procedure on the right side and I will show you the result. Let's remove this top tank cover. Now let's remove this piece, and we'll have to remove the seat. Okay. You'll have access to this screw. Once these 2 screws are out, you can go ahead and pull it forward. So this just disengages from these clips. Don't pull it outward, you will break these. So just pull the entire thing forward. Let me remove the same parts on the other side also. Okay, so we are almost at the end of the installation. As you can see, I have installed the tank cover also. Installing the tank cover it doesn't take any skills. All you have to do is put some double-side tape all over the place and press it against your fuel tank,
and that's it. Let me show you how to install the side cover.
Side cover has two hooks which goes in here and here. Align them properly and just push it towards the rear of the bike, and this gets installed. Push, it stays, and once it stays, bolt this down. Let me do the same process on this side, and we are close to completion. So we are done installing the side cover on both sides. Let's go ahead and install the top tank cover. To go on here, I have two options: my old carbon fiber cover and the same blue. Okay, I'll go with the carbon fiber because I think if I install the blue, it will be a little too much blue. Let's go with the carbon fiber. That'll look good. Put it here. Align 1, 2, and 3 screws and bolt them up. All we are left with is this small piece here. It doesn't have any screws. All you have to do is align these tabs to these holes, push it, and you can just push it down and it will stay in place. I'm not locking it in right now because I'm still contemplating whether I want this in blue or I want this in orange. Let me decide on that and then I'll install this piece. Let's go ahead and install the seat and the seat cowl. Looks good, man. I wish I can make this carbon fiber one day, and then it will look perfect. All I have to do is put the Nazi turn signals, tighten the mirror from the visor, and we are done. Let me do that for you. And we have completed the installation. I'm in love with those winglets, man. Blue, orange, the carbon fiber, the white RNG frame protectors. All I have to do now is get some decals here, the RR and stuff. I have to replace this green one with a different color, something which will match the bike. Love the way it looks. Actually, after making these and these parts blue, which are usually black, the bike looks kind of huge, man. I'm loving the orange accents here. They're like subtle, small pieces of orange, but this adds on well to the bike. Just thinking whether I should make this one orange or leave it to be blue, or maybe I should make it carbon fiber. That will look good. Let's start putting up the decals.
Upstream, are you with me? Under rainbow, burning in the city, rushing through me. Downpour, upstream, are you with me? Feeling upstream, are you